Hello and welcome back to Factorio. I'm Ivan, and in the last episode we set up the mall. I guess we finished the mall. We didn't set up the very start. We also increased a lot of production and we did a lot of science. The ping reminded me of that. Now what we need to do in this episode is what we are reminded of here. That's upgrading the belts for the furnaces for the steel. Now let's put on one more science, one more research while we look into our base, do some maintenance on the way. Now I had a comment on this part, and I really like the suggestion of putting an inserter here, because this one needs one belt every half a second, and it makes one belt every half a second, so it's fitting like so. But this one produces two, and this is the same ratio, but it produces 1 and 1. So if this one works, this one only needs to produce at half capacity, so we can share a few of the wheels. The next thing I'm going to do is pick up a whole bunch of lamps, because I keep forgetting to use them, and I know that people, YouTube is a bit brighter and better to watch than it used to be, but as people mentioned, some people watch the series on a cell phone, on the go, or on pads probably. I don't know, but it's nice to have a bright factory so everyone can see everything at all times. So I'm really going to try to remember the lamps, and I'm sorry in advance if I forget from time to time, but I'm really going to try to remember, and I'm going to try to be a bit symmetrical as well when I place them in arrays, but I can't promise anything there because I have a tendency to build stuff a bit weird, like this one that's not exactly symmetrical, but it's fine and it actually tiles, so it doesn't matter much. But I think most people would move this one tile to the left, and then I guess this one tile to the right, and move this whole shebang 1 tile to the left. Okay, so, well, already forgot to put up lamps here because I was talking too much. So let's put one here and one, oh, that's a nice spot in the middle there. Good, good, good. And then we do the upgrading of the belts, but to do that, I guess we actually need to bring the belts. So let's do that. Let's do military science. Oh, that's a quick one. Belts. 1K. Oh, we have so many belts now. That's nice. So let's upgrade the science system as well. We can do, let's say, modules. Sure. We can't actually make any modules, but that's fine. I think, let's say, we have, how many is that? 30. And do we need more than 50? We probably don't. So I'm going to temporarily remove that one so we don't make any more. Actually, that's silly. I'm just going to make them and waste the materials. So, 20. Let's go 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 7 then. 7, and 6. That's good, because now we have 50, and it should be enough for now. Let's say here, and because we might research something really fast, I'm going to use the quick inserters in. And there. I know it's more expensive to put the red belts like this, and it's very silly, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's quicker. And let's see. Yeah, that's okay. Boop and boop and boop. Nice. Now our research is going to be probably faster than what I can produce, which means we will use everything, and that's fine. There's kind of there's going to be a bottleneck either way. Either we use too much or we use too little. So we might as well use too much because we aren't going to make more machines than this. Could use a belt buffer as well, but buffering is a bit pointless when it comes to most things. Science might be the exception. I like to buffer science from time to time, so might do that later. Belts and upgrading of them. Here we go. I guess that was it. This one is not. Oh no, it's not upgraded because we're only using half the side of the smelter still. There we go. I think that's enough. Probably need this one as well. At least some of it. I'm going to do a bit more than some just to make sure we don't have to go back down here and do that again. There. Okay. So now we did everything we were supposed to do. We also need to do some searching for the oil. The oil is apparently up here somewhere, and there's biters there. So that's quite exciting and quite scary because we haven't fought any biters yet. The forest here is so thick, it's eating all of the pollution. So that's that's been a very good thing. It's been a very chill series so far, not a lot of shooting. Let's see. Concrete. Well, sooner or later we need it. We need this one sooner or later as well. All of the science we are doing right now is just to do, but we don't need it yet. But it's nice to have it done. Let's see. Let's get rid of the gun. We can. Oh, let's put the gun on an island so no one can use it and get hurt. Maybe except for the fishies. And then, did we make a submachine gun? Don't think so. So let's do. I probably should try the shotgun as well because I bet that one is changed. It might be, at least, because it used to be quite useless. So it might be better now. I don't know. Now, I was going to set up a radar, and I think radar is the one thing we're actually missing now in the mall. Just starting more of these. So I'm going to set up radars in the mall, and those need iron, gear, and greens, and that's all here. But can we do it? Let's see. Well, it's the wrong direction for one. No. Oh, but we can. Yeah. Good. And good. And radar. Chest. Inserter. It has no crafting time, but it takes ages to fill the materials. Wow, it's filling a lot. 30. Huh. 3 times as much as needed. I didn't know it did that. I thought it was 2 times as much, but that's fine. Let's look at these. Oh, this one has a full output, of course. Most of them do. Well, let's look at this one, though. 41 iron plates. Yeah, so this one stops at twice as much. Or twice as many. I'm not sure why this does it this way. Or that way, the way it's actually doing it, but it's fine. That's an interesting thing, though. I didn't know. Actually, I still don't know. I don't know why. So, a radar up. Oh, not making. Placing. One. Let's go there. Good. I'm also going to place turrets. So let's get the ammunition at the hotbar. Let's get rid of this ammunition and steal / loot / hog that, and 20. Sure. Now that's going to be enough for the first attack at least, and that's the thing. The first attack is almost like a search squad, I believe. It's tiny, so when we get attacked, we're going to adapt and turn panicky and run around like headless chicken, screaming and placing all the turrets all over the place and waste all of the resources on that. So, oh, belt immunity equipment, that's nice. Although right now we're kind of traveling up them while moving. So, mall is now finished. We did the inserter, we did the upgrading of the belt, so steel should be great now. Although we don't need all the steel we're making now, so it's good. We have an overflow of all of the resources. No, not the iron, I think. The iron seemed to be moving at a very steady rate. Because we're still making belts now. We have so many belts. Let's see, personal battery. We don't need any of this. But let's do it anyway. Stronger explosives. Sure, might use rockets later. Actually, let's skip that one. That sounds a bit pointless. We might not use them. So the next part of the science is the blue science or the military science. And the military science we can actually do because it doesn't require oil, but the blue one does. So I think military science is going to be where we start. To do that, we need coal on a belt in the bus. And I'm thinking half a belt should be enough. So let's get the coal from here. That's nice. And then we drag it up. I don't know what's going to be on the other side. And if we feel like we need more, we can just put it on both sides. So I think this is a nice way to do it. Oh, it's getting dark. That reminds me, let's put up more lights down here. Let's not go overboard and fill all the tiles though. There. These are actually lighting up when they are in use. But it's nice to have some extras. Yeah, it looks good as well. When we get to bots and do copy paste and do blueprints, I guess we set up one smelter with the modules and all of the things, and then we do copy paste with that to remake it and add to different places. When we do that, I'm going to make sure to put lamps in the actual blueprint so we don't have to manually place all of them. And boop. Did we remember to put furnaces in the thing? Yes, good. So that's nice. We actually don't need these just yet, but nice to have placed those. Now let's look for bots. That's bots. Let's see, robotics, okay. Work robot is here. Construction robot, that's the first one. So those definitely need oil. They need blue science and they need plastic. So to get the military science, we could build it here because it requires stone, that's the walls, steel. It doesn't require anything complicated, anything complex. So I think we're going to build it down here and then we just do a belt across. But how many do we need? 10-second craft time, and they make 2 and 2, so that's 5-second craft time, so we make 5 machines. Sure, let's do it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's military science. Now, we need 10 walls every 10 seconds. That's 1 wall a second. Let's look at the recipe for that. I forgot. Let's say 1 wall a second. Yes. So that's 5 stone bricks a second. So half a belt is enough, and 1 of these is enough because it makes them really fast. Sure, okay. And then the grenade and piercing round. Now this one is going to run on its own belt, so that one was very simple. So let's make a belt here, and this belt is going to have 1 grenade a second. No, half a grenade a second and half a piercing round a second. And when I do seconds, by the way, I don't take the craft speed into account, because as long as all of them have the same craft speed, it has the correct ratio, even though this won't actually produce 1 science a second, it will produce 0.75. So that's the reason I'm explaining it as like I do. I explain it with the theoretical crafting speed of 1. But this one is 0.75, and if the next one didn't change, it's, let's see, it's 1.25. Yes, it is. So we won't actually hit 1 science a second with this. It will either be 0.75 or 1.25, but that's fine. As long as the ratio is correct, I'm okay with that. So we need half of these a second, which means we need, let's see, 8-second craft time. So we need 4 machines. 4 machine will make 4 every 8 seconds, which is 1 every half a second. 4. And those need iron and coal. And this is why coal is nice to have on the bus, because of grenades. I'm not sure if we're going to use more grenades than we need for the science. This is going to be on this side. It would be even if it was just a turn, but I think I'm going to put iron on the same belt, which is going to go here. That means, let's say, here and here. And this can be 1 as well, 1.5 belt. Boop. And the next iron belts will just have to go underground, or at least this one. And then we put this one underground. Probably just do the bus. I don't mind having the bus in undergroundies, that's fine. So we need inserters, but let's do the ratios and everything first. So now we have the grenades. We need ammunition, and the ammunition recipe takes a while to craft, I believe. So let's look at that. 4 seconds. So we need 2 machines. That's not a lot. 2 machines. But we need to supply those 2 machines. So let's have those here, and that's quite a lot. So I think they're fine with only 1 of these, because they craft quite fast. 1 every second, and these eat 1 every 4 seconds. So 1 of these can supply 4 machines actually. Do we want direct insert? I don't think we do. Now we can use 2 belts. So we can use 1 belt and 1 belt. So that's copper, steel, and hold on. If we go here, I'm going to make this a bit more exciting, maybe. Let's see. I like that. So if this goes here, and this one is the ammunition, because we already have the iron here, and it's going to be enough, right? Definitely going to be enough with 15 a second, sorry. So that's here. Then on the other side, we need just steel and copper, so we can remove this. And that's here. Here, and this is where copper is coming in. Oh, remove this. So steel, and the copper goes here. Oh, just half a belt. Tiny bit of belt buffer. I'm going to remove that just for the visuals. I guess that's it, because this one has an out and this one has an out. And then these two and these two have an out. This is the perfect spot for a lamp and a power pole. I feel like something is wrong now, but I am missing a product still. I'm missing the walls. And the walls can go, that's the stone brick, and we only needed one machine, was that correct? Let's see. Let's check again. So 1 every half a second. And these need 2 every 2 seconds, because 5 machines. So 1 every second. Yeah, that's fine. I only need 1 machine. So let's just do that here. Let's move it a bit like so, because then we use red inserters to extract the actual science. Good. And good. We need more inserters now, but we also need to split off the belt. So let's do that. I think we just do it extremely easy, like so. Boop. And then blue inserters. We also need a huge belt to get the science up, which is fun to make. Let's refill as well. Oh, and we kind of want to do science. Let's see. Next part. I'm also going to put a buffer chest down there, I think, for ammunition, if in case we don't use enough of the ammunition, we can have some spare. Or I'm going to do something here to make more. I think we're going to need more. Definitely think so. Well, we can do cliff explosive. That's just the research. We can't build it yet though, because we need oil products for that. So inserters, iron in and iron and coal. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then in and in, and then we need all of the outbound, like so. Power. Oh, let's bring the power as well, so it's easier to see. Let's pull it through the bus like so. So these ones and these ones. And let's light this up. Like so. And then we need the walls, and that's like this. I'm not sure if this one can keep up. It can't. But we might not need to keep it up, because we need 1 every second, not 1 every half a second. So I think it's fine. And this one needs inserters here. Good. I like this. I think this is fun. I like that I only had to bring one belt of iron out, and it's a very open thing with long-handed inserters. That's stuff that makes me happy. So we need a belt here, but we can drag it the other way. So let's turn it. Can we? We can't pull it through here. We need to bring it up, let's say here, for yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine. We also need to do something about science eventually with the braiding, but I'm hoping we don't need that until we get bots, and I kind of know that we don't. So bringing it up here already. This is going to be through too much because this array might be duplicated. So I'm going to bring it up so it comes, let's see, here and there. Of course the power pole is in the middle there. There we go. Wasting some power poles. And oh, that's fitting. Good and good. So eventually this is of course going to change. But I think I like this solution for now. I hope all of these can get power. No, that one can't. So we need to upgrade. Actually, we need to move these because I want the long-handed inserters to be next to the yellow ones. Like so. Later on, we're going to use two pairs of red inserters for each lab. That's when we weave, but that's not an issue just yet. We drag these out, so, and then we upgrade the yellow ones. There we go. Daisy chaining like this, it's nice to have fast inserters for some of them, at least. We don't need fast for anything else, I believe. Let's also get rid of the signs we have, like so. Okay, we can do military science. Let's do damage first. And let's do a quick count. 5-second craft time, so... oh. 5-second craft time, so 10 machines. I think I was supposed to build twice as many. No. Let's see. This one should make 2 a second, yes. And down here we have 1 a second. I think it's fine. I'm going to leave it as it is for now because we aren't using military science at all times. I'm also thinking it might be really easy to expand this. Because, let's see. So if we do 10 machines and they use 10 seconds each, so it's one round a magazine, one piercing round magazine a second, 1 grenade a second, and 2 walls a second. Now the walls is set because we built 2 a second. We need a faster inserter, but that's it. That's set. These ones are set as well because we just double up. The belt can sustain it. And here, this one should be able to sustain 4. Yeah, definitely. So we need twice as many of these. And to do that, we need to remove or change something with this beautiful thing. I do not approve. I do not approve at all. We might be able to do it. Hold on. If we... No, this is going to be fine. I'm going to do it here. Here and here. Okay, let's look at the spaghetti happening in real time. So this one and this one, this probably needs to be moved around so. Then we have one and one. Okay, so we're going to change it up a bit here as well, because this one is going to be ammunition. Ammunition, that's in military. And then we need the red ones. So here and here, that's good. And then we have one for these two. So here and here. Then let's see, whoop, whoop. And making sure we have room for all of the things now, because I'm a bit confused to the let's see, the practicality of this, but this is fine. So up top here we have all of the things, and I think we do at the bottom as well. Let's place that one there to make this hole more visual. Actually, I'm going to place a lamp there so we see that. Could turn this belt as well. But... And then, for some reason, this construction got even more awesome, I think. So there. Let's see. So you produce, you need out. So that's here. And here. Right, let's move that one there to make it more visual, and this one can go up here. So we have out, 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 and out, and so. Why don't you have things? Because no power. Okay. So then we need 8 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. No, no. We can't move it further in. We could do 1 tile, but is that enough? No. 1 tile in wouldn't be enough. So we need squiggles. I think, yeah, this is one of the places where people are going to say this probably should be changed. But from my perspective, it's faster to build a squiggle and a blip to make it produce instead of tearing it down and moving it. When we get bots, that's going to be a whole different manner. That way we could just, with bots, we could tear up the whole thing and move it. Right now, I think the best way to do this is either have one, a lack of one machine, which is too bad when I set it up like this, or we make spaghetti, and spaghetti is going to be my solution, of course. That I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. So here is the last machine, and it's not even, that wasn't bad spaghetti really, that was actually quite nice. So in and out. And kind of want this to be on the same side of the belt, but it will now. So science and electricity, and let's see, this thing is being moved. So in. Well, how are these going to get their product out though? That's going to have to be here. Yeah, but that works. I don't see an issue with that at all. Let's see. So I hope people can can follow this. It looks very silly, and it is going to be magnificent, because when this is done, like we've talked about before, I keep mentioning, it's going to be as efficient as anything else, because that's one of the beautiful things of Factorio, is that even though it looks weird, a squiggly belt moves things as fast as a straight belt. So let's see. Do we have enough products going along this one? I think we do. I think it easily can move enough product. These ones require a bit more than 1 second, which is fine. Yeah, and these ones don't require enough for it to be an issue. So I think this is it. I think, let's see. Yeah, definitely. This one needs a grenade, but this it takes a bit of time to buffer the grenades, because they take their time and these fill up with more than one. So I think this is it. Looks nice. One on the outside that's a bit wonky, but other than that, it looks nice and it's functional. So I think that's it. We did military science, and should set up one more radar. I'm going to set one here as well, I think, to have one in the kind of corner of the base. Let's also have big purples close by. And then we have one at the very edge here. Don't need new purples for that one. Place it on the hotbar and replace the missing lab. Good. Still can't see the oil, but oh no, that's cool. So we might have to explore. I kind of want the car. I don't think we can get the. Can we get the tank before we do oil? No, definitely not, because we need blue science and we need advanced circuits. So we can do the car. We have the car. That's good. So let's just do more science. Now that we have military science, I think I'm going to keep using that, spending that. And this is probably going to spend more than we make, which is just fine. But the array down here is supposed to make as much military science as these make green and red. So that's fine. It's probably a bit overkill, because we aren't going to use military science for all of these, so it will buffer. But that's okay, because when it's buffered, we have more and it doesn't cost anything really to have all the machines. Not really. I think we did the calculation. That was Catherine of Sky and I. We sat down and talked a bit about stuff, and 31 offline machines draw the same power as one online machine. So a big array like well, it's not a big array, but a small science array like this is 25 machines. So if it's offline, it draws less power than one machine that's running. So it's not a big issue, even though it kind of drains a tiny bit. So military science is done. That is going to make it easier for our next project. I think the next project at least is going to be oil. I'm going to look at the car right now. There we go. We just need a couple of engine units. And by a couple, I mean 8. And there we go. Let's place the engines back in the box, if we can find them. There. Because this one builds so slow. And, oh, we're not full on the locomotives yet, which is fine. So I think that's it for today. We did military science, and I'm quite happy with that. I like that it ended up down here. I think that's a very fitting location for it, because up here it's going to be so awkward to build. And I was people suggested, and by people I mean Catherine Novsky, she suggested that I should just get grenades to blow up the forest. So maybe I'll do that when we have enough grenades for it. Let's try one and see. I haven't used grenade to destroy nature in a very long time. Yeah, that's quite efficient. That's really fast. A lot faster than axing it down. So I actually hurt myself there as well. Note to self, don't stand too close to the explosion. So here we have a couple of extra grenades. So if we use a filter inserter here, let's drag the belt out a bit, because we can do a buffer of both ammunition and grenades here. So let's do five stacks of ammunition, sure. And that's here, and here, and here. That's good. And this one, let's pick up the grenade, and let's get the inserter. I rarely use filter inserters. Oh, that's not what I was supposed to do. Okay, let's not try to be high tech and click the grenade in here. Let's just use the menu like we were supposed to, and like so. Good. So how many do we need? Let's say 4 stacks. It doesn't matter, because this thing will prioritize the science, so we can overcap it a bit as well. I'm going to repair this as the last thing I do today, because the time is running out. So let's repair this. Oh jeez, that's silly, blowing up my own base with hand grenades. At least we didn't die, that's good. And it's all repaired. I feel a bit less silly now. Let's do a radar here and a turret here as well, because this turret is going to be in a very silly location, I guess, but it's going to be self-sustaining. Already nice. So missing the walls. Yeah, we talked about that before, and that's going to be the last thing I do. Good, because we don't have stack inserters yet. I don't think so. We do. Well, we have the technology, but we can't make them yet. But now this is fine, and yeah, this is fine. Okay, I'm looking at it and it looks fine. Almost holding my breath because I'm afraid of stuff blowing up now. Let's try to avoid stuff blowing up in the future, inside the base at least. Good. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the spaghetti. Bye bye.